Out of the entirety of the Board of Generals, you three were kept because the Chamber Commander himself believed that you were the most capable of directing this war into the favor of the CPAS. Please do use your pedantic language to hide your lies. I know that I and everyone else here are only here because we agreed with General Hangman's ideas, no matter what the commander says. If that was true, why am I here? I quite honestly despise General Hangman. He was barely a lieutenant general before he was so suddenly promoted to our level. General Yoberon, I understand you have a stubborn attitude when it comes to military strategies, but to be candid, Monservais Lewis has been taken over by an excess of stress. He is having several lapses in judgment. Then he should be brought before the chamber to determine if he's mentally suited to hold office. General Kraken, that only caused farther controversy and farther delays. We must win this war. The fate of the CPAS is at hand here. Understandable. Now Compass, if you don't mind, I'd like to get this new and approved Board of Generals to work. I mean, how many fronts are we fighting on now? Of course. General Hawthorne, you are the new head of the Board of Generals. I will get out of your way. How did he get appointed my leader? He has 11 years less experience and half the battle action I've seen. If it makes you feel better, OR was approached first, but he declined the offer. I think Compass summed it up quite nicely. You're stubborn. That's some big talk from someone who's only been on this board for 2 years compared to my, 24? I will admit, you are a legend in the field. But there is work to be done, and I expect this board to function smoother than butter. These lactate ships are nice. I should reverse engineer this and make it my luxury command yacht. Luxury and command are two words that should never be together. How much longer until we enter the CPAS Exclave? They used to tell the worst stories about this place. Not much longer, though the Commission has asked that this ship is staying out of active fighting, don't you know, and only function as a command center. In my homeland, we would never leave our roots who die in Babel. Without Bahar leaders, I can now follow Bahir's orders. Oh, Admiral Apko, you simply must understand that it is a tactical blunder to send the most experienced men to be killed. Better have them direct from the back. Admiral Lakitis, isn't it? I respect what the Commission has to say, and I respect what Admiral Apku has to say, but I know there are benefits to personally leading one's own troops. If you wish to be such a direct leader, I ask that you only lead as a hologram. There are better ways to win wars than killing generals. A CPAS patrol has entered scanning range. Shall we engage? I have very little doubt they will let us go unchecked. Zeta, my friend, there is no reason to joke. This patrol is merely one Dove-class ship. We shall destroy it and press on. It is imperative that we capture planet Lago immediately. This will allow us to set up a base in the Exclave. If we do not get there in time, my comrades will have nowhere to go, don't you know? Of course, that is our top priority. But by destroying this patrol ship, we'll buy our fleet more time to get more entrenched into the Exclave. The CPAS will not easily give up Planet Lago. Cha-Cha, this war is as crazy as war gets. How was the entire CPAS operation covered up for so long and so effectively?
That is besides the point. Our forces and knowledge are needed on multiple fronts. This is time for Tepe to take its rightful position.
War does have a habit of building nations, but has an equally persistent habit of destroying them.
We have powerful allies. Let's show them what we got. Effective today, the Tepe military is fully functional and ready to be deployed to turn the tides of war.
May the marching orders be spread wide and far across the galaxy. Tepe will rise again. General Hawthorne, we have been at this for 12 hours straight. When the need to rest comes, one feels especially compelled to answer it. War doesn't sleep, and nor do we. OR, I think I just heard the battle ringer go off again. What needs to be done now? A group of 5 GFs and 7 TFS have commenced attack along the Proboscis Exclave border. They request a possible battle strategy. I'd say they engage in the Frubian Fork formation, and 6 Frubian battle stations should be adequate. And I want them to use their BA-84 nanas to the best of their abilities. I personally suggest that they throw in 2 Lemon-class ships to serve as a possible diversion. I like your thinking. Now we need to iron out the best method to protect the CPAS Exclave. This is a very valuable area to us that we cannot afford to lose. I have no doubt that they are heading to planet Lago. It should be our primary focus to protect. There is a large shipyard there, and they can utilize the ships already there. Lago's shipyard. I would abandon the facility except for a skeleton crew, which would only stay behind as not to raise suspicion. And then I would focus on sending those ships into the field and protecting various dry docks across the Exclave. Do we not need to protect the home front from these monsters? The CPAS Exclave is not only a hub for military and industry, but a hub for population. There will be casualties that is impossible to avoid, but it has been made clear to me that we are to win this war at all costs necessary. A ring of patrols will ensure that they don't progress very much farther than the very edge of the Detroitian sector. Ward, this gives me an even better idea. Let's trap the coalition in the Exclave. Let them take a few planets and let their confidence grow, and then when they're at their most vulnerable, we'll rush in and root out their whole fleet. That's the way we do it. I want a committee organized to find the best plants to give up. Let's hold out for a watershed. The Tri-Frubian societies have already overextended themselves. They are ripe for an attack, and we should not pass up this opportunity. Trachea and Stenison said they would be willing to send a few strike forces where we need them. I am sure they'd be willing to send those strike forces to their neighbors.
We have arrived at Lago, don't you know? Scouts report 1 supercruiser, 4 Dove-class ships, and 3 Diplomat-class ships docked in the shipyard, oh yeah.
Target the Doves first. They will be the driving force of this defense. Send in the Fibermen, I would say with caution. I am surprised so little ships are stationed here.
Boo of my Babel Sababians will break off and soften up ground forces. One of my fiber ships will enforce them. My fiber attack squads are some of the best in the galaxy.
Let us attack with the greatest tenacity. Though, Admiral Apku, please preserve the Central Command Facility. That will be our base of operations in the Exclave.
Professor, my scouts state that there is only 1/10 of the normal deployment of this facility. Ships 15 years old, battle-worn, some gone without even a trace, don't you know?
That scout you sent must have warned them in time to get out. Though, Lacutus, remember that an easy win is still a win.
Of course, but so many ships do not just disappear. They will be somewhere else. This could be an ambush, don't you know?
That is why I have suggested caution. Though, I have read the scanner reports, and there are no other ships, not even faint signals of other ones. Those 8 are apparently all that has been left to protect Planet Lago. I refuse to believe that the fabled CPAS Exclave is going to be so easily won and sparsely populated as seen today.